Hello and welcome. I'm Priscilla Gendron. I'm one of the co-owners of the Wellness Lifestyle Conference. And today we are joined by the amazing Lynn, Monoky and Suki Klair from the UK. And we are here to do Psychic Talk. What it's all about is that we are all three psychic mediums, and our jobs are to, impart knowledge and help others and connect with loved ones, give messages, help people through their problems. And so we're connecting today to try and answer some questions. So if you feel as if you have intuition and you want to explore it more, things like that, this is the perfect opportunity to ask us questions. You can place all your questions in the chat box. Otherwise, just raise your hand and unmute yourself, and then we can answer your questions. So they can be directed at myself or Suki or Lynn. So I'd like to start off and introduce Lynn Monoky from Durban, and I'll give you over to Lynn to explain who she is, what she's all about.
Hi everyone, what a lovely day it is today. Thank you for joining us. As Priscilla said, I'm Lynn Monoky. I'm a psychic medium, and I can hear spirit, I can see spirit, and I've been born with the gift since I was a child. So it was something that I'm born with. I wouldn't know what it's like to be without the gift, because it's something that came naturally to me. And I always thought that people could see different colors around people and they could know things about people, and it was just natural for me. So when I was speaking to a friend one day and said, oh, look at that person, they've got funny colors around them, they didn't know what I was talking about. So I was quite surprised that you don't all see it. Apart from being a psychic medium and doing readings and one-on-one, I also do healings. I'm an integrated healer, a Reiki master, and a yoga therapist. Well, laughter yoga therapist, sorry.
Thanks very much, Lynn. And now I'd like to go over to Suki, all the way in the UK. Welcome, Suki.
Hello, everybody. It's lovely to be here. Lovely to see you all. As Priscilla said, my name is Suki Klair, and I'm based in England, in Birmingham. As Lynn was saying, it's something. It's a sense I always had, that I could sense things and see things. My particular genre is that I can sense people's feelings, how they may be upset, and try and get to what's really going on there, as well as connecting with spirit. So I am a psychic medium, and I also do angel card readings, a Rohani healing practitioner, and I'm also a qualified counsellor. So I try to incorporate, if the client is willing to accept and understands a certain sense of spiritual incorporation in the counselling sessions. So I blend the two together. And I also write a bit and do a bit of art, little bit of this, little bit of that, really. So as I wouldn't say I was, when Lynn said she was born with a gift, I think we are all gifted, but it's recognizing that you have that gift. And I don't think I really recognized my gift until about 2000, until I really started exploring why these things were happening around me, why I was sensing certain things. And that's how my journey began. So welcome, everybody. I hope you really enjoy this session, and we are really looking forward to your interaction.
Thanks very much, Suki. Well, we're going to open up the floor to everybody because this is an answering question. We're the panel of experts, or kind of, supposedly be. And if you have any questions or want to ask us anything, please just either pop it in the box next to us in the question box. Otherwise, just raise your hand and unmute yourself, and then you can have a chat. The floor is yours, guys. Okay, do you have, Dee wants to know, do you have any premonitions about the US elections or its aftermath? Suki.
Oh, okay. let me just say, when President Trump first was elected, and everybody was feeling that, you know, he's obviously the worst man for the job, I was having a dinner party and we were having a discussion about politics and spiritual matters. And I said to my guests, I said, Trump is a bringer of hope. And when I say he's a bringer of hope, what he has demonstrated in the last 4 years, and I don't want to get political or anything, I'm just looking at this man's energy, the energy that this man has around him. He is a bringer of hope. And with premonitions about the US elections and its aftermath, I think personally, I think Trump will get another 4 years. But in those 4 years, there will be a huge amount of change. If we think 2020 has impacted us as far as the change is concerned, we really haven't even dipped the toe in the water as to what is coming through. And we need to have a clear out of the energies on this earth which are impacting every one of us in a negative or positive way, but we need to focus our perspectives on looking at the best in everyone, keeping the peace within ourselves, and just sending out the love. Just sending out the love and not playing into the fear, not playing into the drama of things, but looking at it from a perspective that these incidences, events going on are the bringers of change. So I hope I've answered your question.
I actually tend to agree with you there, Suki. I think that he is, much to some people's disgust, I think he is going to be on for another 4 years. I think he was elected or spiritually orchestrated to be elected because he's a non-conformist. And he doesn't like to be controlled by the powers that be, whereas a lot of the other presidents were controlled by the powers that be and do what is seen right or deemed right. Him being a non-conformist seems to prod at everyone, and I think he's going to do it a lot more in the next 4 years, and this will bring about a lot of change. It's all about change and us stepping into the spiritual light and changing how we act with people, how we do things, and how we react with different countries. So I think he's going to do plenty of that, whether people like it or not. And it's about adapting to change. And he is maybe got an unenviable job, if I may say it that way, in that spiritually, I think his task is to educate us and push us forward into this change and not into that controlling situation, and to think for ourselves and stand up for our beliefs and things like that. So there's going to be a lot of change, a lot of maybe unhappiness, and a lot of things happening in the next 4 years.
Thanks, Lynn. Okay, so our next question comes from Desiree Ann. She says, hi, my family have been hit hard financially by COVID. My husband lost his job 2 months ago, and it has been incredibly stressful for me to keep us all afloat. I'd like to know, with my financial situation change anytime soon? I am a beneficiary of a deceased estate, so I'd like to know if that would be wrapped up soon. I've been waiting for large payments for my works, so want to know if that will also be happening soon, when my husband starts earning some money again. So it's kind of like all to do with the financial aspect. Suki?
When I was reading that question, and when you were reading it out, Priscilla, Desiree, what I got, the sense with you, what I got was that it's almost like you feel like you're drowning, and I'm getting like a real tightness in my chest. It's like you feel like you're underwater and you are drowning. But I sense with you is just hold that breath for a little bit longer, because definitely before the end of the year, I do feel there's a huge change coming up for you, not one that you expect. I think with yourself, it is about looking back into things that you wanted to do in your younger days, and picking up that thread, of employment. There's certainly a shift in your employment in what you normally did. With your husband, he is emotionally affected by the changes that have happened in your household, and he's trying to deal with that in the best possible way. But I feel that there's like miscommunication going on with you, both of you at the moment. You need to be on the same at the same table, having the same conversation at the same time, not at loggerheads between each other. That will significantly reduce the stress. And I think have some honest conversations with each other as to where each one of you individually wants to go, and respect each other's progress in their path as a unit, but as individuals as well. COVID this year has been a huge wake-up call for many people, in a good way as well as a bad way. But in order to see the light, you need to go through the dark tunnel. And when people are going through this stage, this process, this journey that they are going through, do not forget that when you come out the other side, however long it may seem to you in the time that you are in that tunnel, there is hope at the end. Okay, so just focus on getting through day by day, and do not be drowned in the enormity of everything that's going on out there. But you have some fantastic, beautiful, wonderful changes coming up for you, definitely before the end of the year. Yeah. But embrace them. Don't brush them aside thinking, I can't do that. You know, have more confidence in yourself.
Yeah, I get the same thing. There's definitely a lot of changes, and I think it's kind of like there's that expression of feast or famine. It's like you're having this famine, but then suddenly there's going to be this huge feast where everything's just going to be happening at once. Especially with all the financial abundance, is all going to start happening and manifesting at a very similar time. So it's about just making sure that all your eggs are in one basket. Okay. All right. So the next one is from Stefan. Okay. On a personal note, what are the blocks you sense I have, and how best to clear them to step more into my role and help others? As an aside, which may help, I'm a practicing thematic magus, so fair to mild understanding of energy work and working in various fields. Lynn.
I was just concentrating there for a moment and trying to pick up. And first of all, what I am sensing is maybe trying too hard, because when you realize that you are something or be told that you're something, you then puts it into a different dynamic, and you feel that you have to try, otherwise you're a failure. So there's that subconscious thing. And I think that you're trying a little bit too hard instead of just letting it happen and letting it fall and formulate naturally. I think that you also need to protect yourself wearing some crystal, and maybe in the classroom environment when you're dealing with the children, maybe have some rose quartz, so that they can feel the love energy and feel that they are belonging and part of where they belong and part of the class. I feel that the healing energy that you have, you are intuitive, and that you have got this very good gift. It will come along slowly. It's just something that you have to harness. And, you know, it doesn't matter even if you go on courses. Unfortunately, I feel that your body is trying to raise its vibrations, and there's that leveling out of the healing and the spiritual vibrations that have to equal itself. So your body's going through a transition period where it's learning to accept all these different healing abilities and accept all these different higher vibrations, which you've got to level out. Once that's done, I feel that you will be able to heal quite intuitively. And also at the moment, I feel that you're utilizing your own personal energy, which is draining you. You need to have your feet firmly on the ground, even if it means taking your shoes off, so that you're grounding properly. and that you are actually say to the guides, please bless me with healing, utilize me, but don't drain my energy, so that you can get that flow. So as you're giving, more's coming in, and you'll find then it will flow much easier.
Thanks, Lynn.
Yeah,
Suki,
definitely.
do you want to add anything to that?
With that, I was getting the vision I was getting is you've got to take the labels off, Stefan. You know, sometimes we are all individual in our energetic makeup, and we all have our own individual perspective and knowledge and knowing. You've got to take the labels off. When we try and box ourselves into, and this is not being dismissive of any teachings out there or any genres or any perspectives out there, but you have to listen to yourself. You have to listen to where your spirit is taking you, where your journey is taking you. So with Stefan, I feel like saying to you, take the labels off. Stop trying to box yourself into that into that book where you are more than that. Okay, and this is where the block is with you. I sense you're not looking, you're sort of being blinkered in your perspective. You've got to take those blinkers off. And you need to be journaling as well. I get the feeling with you writing things down, you will, the knowledge will flow. It is definitely inside of you, but you need to start journaling, start writing. Doesn't matter how you start, you know, and you will find that you would have completed 3 or 4 pages without you even realizing. And when you sit back and read it, you will get the answers that you are seeking. So definitely take the labels off. Do not label yourself, because you are restricting yourself, which is causing the blocks, and then listen to your own knowledge.
Thanks, Suki. Okay.
I also, sorry about that, I also feel that he needs to do a bit of sound therapy, utilizing clean bowls or solfeggio pipes, because it will bring calmness to the children. That vibration goes through the air, and especially with your frequency, it will help the children quite a bit as well.
Okay. Right. I've been told repeatedly, this is from Shan Lee, I've been told repeatedly that I'm clairvoyant, especially with healing powers. But as I'm not mastered yet, I've been told that I drain my body as I teach non-verbal autistic children. How do I protect myself, baby?
Shall I go?
Yeah.
Okay. Shan, it's the word mastered that really jumps out at me. None of us, we are all born with the knowledge, but again, it's that labeling. I'm a master, I'm a practitioner, I am this, I am that, which really it's one of my bugbears. I'm sorry. You have that sense, you have that knowing. You working with non-verbal children is part of your specialism, shall we say. Okay, it's part of how your energy interacts with those individuals who are not able to communicate. So when you are with them, just tuning into them, because you're doing this already. I do not think you realize that you are doing this already, and you are already mastered in your abilities. It's just your lack of almost like confidence in what you are doing is right. Okay, so yeah. Go back to the basics with yourself, and think of at the end of the day, think of the interactions that you have had with these children. And even when you are having those interactions, be totally present. And when you are totally present, when you are sitting there and interacting, you will hear and see more than you think you are hearing and seeing, and that's your clairvoyant ability. Okay, with the protecting yourself daily, it is simply grounding yourself. Again, when you feel that your energy is being drained, definitely ground yourself, put yourself in that bubble of protection. Go back to the basics of protection. The bubble of protection, whether you use Archangel Michael rays, or whether you use the bubble of protection, however you do it, it's first thing in the morning and throughout the day when you feel you need it, just put that protection on. Okay, and listen to the interactions that you are having, because your clairvoyant ability is definitely there. It's like, I feel like you're standing right outside the door, but you just don't want to go over the threshold, because I think with you feel the lack of confidence, but you feel you don't want to get it wrong. You feel like you don't want to cause more damage. Okay, so listen to yourself. Very open-hearted individual, I feel, with yourself. Definitely glowing pink heart. So this energy that you are working with, especially the children, you are definitely serving your purpose, but have a little bit more faith in yourself. Okay,
Right.
I hope that's helped.
Thanks, Suki. Okay, so our next question is from Natasha. I'm stepping into my purpose and would like to know how I can tune into what supports it and know when and what to release that doesn't support it. I hang on to what is familiar because I'm still learning to trust my deep truth and knowledge. I'd like to tune my compass. Please help. Lynn?
I think that stepping into your purpose, you're very nervous. And you've also listened to a lot of stories about you can get possessions, you can get negativities and all the next things. And I think that once you have protected yourself each and every time before you connect, that's the most important thing. And then just trust in your abilities and trust in the higher powers. I don't think that you're going to have a problem. I think your problem is getting over your subconscious block, or maybe sometimes we say it's the ego. I feel there's a blockage there that you almost as though you've been told you can't do it, or if you do it, it's dangerous or it's not acceptable. Somewhere along the line, it's been poo-pahd, and therefore you questioning whether you should be doing it or not. Once you've protected yourself, I feel that there's no harm in trying. You will know via your solar plexus whether it's right or whether it's wrong for you. And I'm not sure that anyone can really tell you whether you're right or wrong. You need to go with your gut and go with what feels right to you and learn to trust your inner self. Don't listen to all the other people. Listen to your intuition, listen to your master guides.
Yeah, just going on from what Lynn is saying, I do feel that, you know, your journey for you next year is going to be one of self-exploration. You know, when we have come out of something, we have lost a part of who we are. And I kind of feel like now you're shedding those parts, and you're pulling back the layers to find out who Natasha is again, because you lost it along the way. You became Natasha this, Natasha's this, and, you know, Natasha the wife, Natasha the sister, Natasha the daughter, you know, Natasha the friend, but you forgot who she was, who her essence was. And I think this is where you are now. You're in this bubble. And it's I always say to people, you've got to have a selfish year. It's a year where you say, you know what, it's all about me. I don't care about anybody else. It's about me, 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 me. And that's what 2021 is all about for you. It's about having a me year. Okay. Right. Okay, so Cecilia, I experienced a Kundalini awakening a few months ago. It was tough at first, but I think I'm starting to understand my journey. I'm experiencing so much love, joy, and bliss. I love dancing and thinking of using that to heal people. Is it enough for me to just love living my beautiful current life, or do I need to step out of my comfort zone? Suki.
Oh, I love your energy, Celia. I can feel it. It's like you're like a burst of fireworks in a dark sky. And what I mean by that is you simply got to be yourself. Okay, and simply stay present in the energy that you are creating. You are like a stone that gets thrown into a lake, and you cause the ripple effects. Okay, and you being the energy that you are healing with those ripple effects, and you just being you bring such joy to people around you, even those that feel like they're sitting under a cloud and it's raining and thundering and they can't see anything joyful about their life. It's like you have this impact on people. So just keep doing what you are doing, and I love your energy, because it's just like I said, it's like a huge firework in a dark sky, and it's just full of color. It's just full of color. Stepping outside of your comfort zone. I feel that when you had your Kundalini awakening, you'd already had quite a tumultuous journey to that point. The comfort zone is each day, just challenge yourself a little bit each day. Okay, I do not feel that you're going to take a big chunk and try and cope with that, but each day, step out of your comfort zone each day, something that makes you feel, oh, I don't really feel like I want to do that. If it feels too much, then don't dip your toe in the water. Okay, but other days you will feel like you want to dive in. So trust your intuition, trust yourself, and you are already causing such a wonderful impact on people around you and beyond by you just being you. Okay?
Yeah, she's having a ripple effect. She definitely is having a ripple effect on the world. So keep going, Cecilia. I also do feel like your energy is absolutely amazing. And also trust in your energy, trust in what you're feeling and what's going on in your body and around you and your thought patterns. Spirit will never lead you down the wrong path. If they're opening things up for you, they're opening doors for you to walk through. So don't let it slam in your face.
I'm also picking up for Celia that she might be teaching people initially, women that are maybe abused, women that have had problems in relationships, things like that. We all at some stage in our lives end up a bit broken. And through doing a bit of dance movement and teaching people, she's going to empower them to trust themselves, to interact with people and trust people again, and just have that whole love. She doesn't have to do anything. Just by being present, that love will permeate through to each and every single person and uplift them and give them courage. So that is actually just a wonderful gift to have and something fantastic to do.
I think we need it to be our BFF now.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so now we've got Willem. Willem, is it Willem? Marat, Willem? I'm a South African currently working in Zambia and would like to know for how much longer I will stay here and if we will go back to South Africa or somewhere else in the world. I'd love to know if you could pick up something about our baby that our partners expect. So,
Lynn, do you want to go first?
Okay. I want to do a three-way. I want to say who's going to say the it's a boy or a girl. So ready? 1, 2, 3, ladies. Boy.
I think it's a girl.
Oh, okay. 2 against 1, Willem.
But I do feel with this child, straight that this bond that you're going to have with this child, and I know parents and the bond, it's going to be extraordinary. It's almost like this child is going to teach you so much. And I get with you, you've got a very nomadic energy. It's like you don't like to stay too long in one place. You're an explorer. You're an explorer of places and people. And this child that is coming will push you to explore other places and other opportunities that you've sort of like put on the top shelf and not really not really thought much of them. But this child has got definitely a star child. I feel this child's energy is absolutely awesome, and the energy that between you and your partner is extremely it's balanced and connective, we're bringing in a platform for this child to serve its purpose. But I definitely feel with you, certainly until sort of mid 2021, then you'll make that change. Okay, you'll make that change. I don't get the sense that you're going to go back to South Africa. I think you will have an opportunity to go somewhere else because you do have a very nomadic energy.
It's kind of like I'm almost seeing you you know, having one of those backpacks with the kid on the back, traveling the world kind of thing. So the kid's going to travel with you, and have a very nomadic lifestyle and energy. And I definitely do see one of these backpacks, hiking backpacks with the child sitting in the little chair behind you. And definitely there's going to be an issue with shoes. They will not want to wear shoes. I don't know if you have an issue with not wearing shoes or not liking them, but this child will certainly have the same issue.
Yeah, very, very earthy energy.
I just pick up that the child is, boy, oh boy, going to give you a run for your money, because this child is highly intelligent.
Yeah.
And you're going to, instead of you being the parent and teaching the child is going to be teaching you a lot of things as well. So there's going to be that symbiotic exchange of energy, which is going to be something beautiful, because it's going to bring perceptions to you that you never thought about through the child's eyes. And that child is actually very, very, being a Starseed child, seen a lot from other places. So
yeah,
I think put your shoes on and get ready to run, if anything.
Yeah, I do get a sense of I'm seeing you running and trying to chase after the child on numerous occasions.
Yeah, Charles, definitely an explorer. Definitely an explorer.
I do get a sense of there being a lot of changes, but also for you, in terms of location, I don't see South Africa being a permanent home for you. I do see Europe coming up, not UK though, but Europe. So I don't know if you have a European passport or an EU passport, something like that, where I feel like you have an easier access to it. Otherwise, I
get in Italy.
Yeah, Italy, something like that.
Yeah. Italy, so, Mediterranean area, Italy.
Yeah. So that's
or
what I'm
Spain, or even Spain, because I'm picking up it's quite a hot climate.
Yeah, you like the heat. Spain. You like the sun.
Yeah, so don't be going to Canada or places like that, because you'll
don't be coming to England. It's always cold and rainy. And
okay, so Deepika has said, since we were talking about kids, will I ever be a mother? I'm always looking after other people's children. Is that what I am meant to be doing with my life? Lynn.
That is actually quite a difficult question. You are there to give other children guidance, and I just feel that in this lifetime, you had your own children in a past life, and I just feel that in this lifetime, right now, it's not the right time for you to have children. I'm not sure about long term, but I don't see in the next 3-4 years any children for you. I just feel that you're there to guide parents, to give moms guidance, support, and to support children. And with that, it also gives you the opportunity to be flexible and move around and do a lot of more work on the sidelines than people even realize.
Yeah, Natasha, that was Natasha, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, as soon as Lynn started talking, I started picking up this lifetime that you had, where you were. It's almost like I'm getting Ireland in what they used to call the potato wars, where the famine was, and you had about 8 children, and you couldn't feed them. It was like you've got this energy of I couldn't look after them, I couldn't look after my own. So in this lifetime, you are making sure you are looking after other people's children, but it's too much for your energy at the moment because you couldn't forgive yourself. There's a sense of forgiveness, but it's very deep rooted in your psyche. So, and you're extremely mindful when you are looking after the children, that then all their needs are you bend over backwards for them. And I think this is the energy that you are bringing in from that lifetime where you weren't able to look after your own children, so you decided that you're going to be here to do this. Like Lynn said, I'm not picking up any your own children for you, especially in the next 5 years, but it's it's the joy. Focus on the joy that you looking after the children, because they have an energy of your children as well. May not give birth to them, but there is a connection that you have with these children that are around you, that you feel energetically that they are almost yours to a certain extent. So you are looking after them in this lifetime. You are looking after them in a way you weren't able to in that lifetime.
And also on that line, Suki, I'm also picking up that when parents have children, they're trying to work, they're trying to provide for their children. Whereas if you come in as a standby, you look at a child with fresh eyes, and it's not always what the child says, it's about body language. And that special bond of picking up and being able to give this extra love and intuition, using the intuition to give guidance that the parents wouldn't necessarily give, is also a blessing for the parents and for the children. So that is how I'm seeing it.
Thank you. Thanks, Lynn. Okay, so Anna's question is, she's got a two-parter. So it's like, how is my work developing? And also, is there going to be any love in her life? Suki.
Sorry, who was that? Was that Natasha?
Anna.
Anna. Okay.
There's Natasha today because it's the third time you've spoken about her.
Right. Okay, Anna. Anna, did you say?
Yes.
I think work-wise, Anna, I think you need to add something more to your skill set in order to take you to where you really want to be. It's a little bit more about you maybe taking a little bit more education, getting a certificate or something that will add to the skills that you already have, but will really take you into the direction where you feel that you should be at this moment. It almost feels like there's a frustration there. I'm not where I should be. Okay. Work-wise, what was the other part of the question, Priscilla?
Her love life.
Love life.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. As soon as you said love life, I got this picture of like you're only leaving like this little bit of space in your energy for that love life to come in. So you need to make more space for the romance in your energy. You need to make more space. You need to have that clear out of what was there that has been gathering dust that you haven't addressed. You need to clear that out first from past relationships that you are holding on to, and you need to. I said this to a lady a little while back when she asked the same question. I said, you need to romance yourself in order to open the door for the romance to come in, for that energy to come in. Okay? It's like having a party and you've invited a load of guests, but you've not prepared. You need to prepare for this romance to link with you, but you've only got this little window of space that you've left. Although you are very wanting this love and this romance, they're not going to squeeze through the little hole in the little gap through the door. You need to open the door completely, if that makes sense, and be accepting. And it's just like let go of what was in the past, because if you're looking at the past, looking at the future with your eyes focused on the past, you're not going to see that person standing in front of you, because I do feel that energy is coming through, but you have to make space. You have to make space. Wear pink. Wear a lot of pink.
Lynn?
I'm agreeing with Suki. I do believe that something's happened in the past and that she's holding on to some sort of a trauma. That can easily be fixed by utilizing kinesiology, because the subconscious can be cleared. So we could do cutting cords and resetting your DNA and things like that. I feel that once she has definitely healed and totally healed, because right now she's looking for a new mister who's going to be the old person but also will have new traits. So she's wanting a combination of something that is impossible. If you're looking for a new person, that's exactly what it is. It's a new person. It's not some of the old person's traits with some new, but you know, so she's not totally over that person. So I feel we need to do the healing, or she needs to do healing of some sort to release that. The second thing is then, like the law of attraction, you've got to put out love. So if you don't love yourself and you feel unsure of yourself, there's just no ways you're going to get love. And how can you expect anyone else to love you? I also feel that her life is quite full, and this person feels, well, they're going to be playing backseat. Where do they fit in with this busy life?
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So I feel that she needs to have a look at her life, not obviously release some of the stuff to make space for someone, first of all, but importantly to heal, and then secondly to love herself. And that old thing of when you're not looking for something, there it pops in. So at the moment, I think also she's also giving out that ESP, I'm desperate, I'm needy, and people pick that up and it just makes them go in the opposite direction. So once that healing's done and you've totally fulfilled, I feel that once you're whole, you'll be looking for someone that will suit your new you, which is what you want. You want someone to fit in with you, with the new you. So heal a little, and I'm sure that probably by about June next year, I feel that you will have a decent relationship because you will have done some work towards it.
Thanks, Lynn. Thanks very much. Okay, so a question from Shelley. What does 2021 hold for me? There's a lot of changes going on in my life. Where do I go from here?
Well, first of all, and Shelley, I'm picking up you standing with a whole lot of suitcases next to you. So are you planning on moving to a new home? And I feel that the new home is actually not even in the same country. I want to say that you're moving across the continent to a different home. You're also going to be having new jobs. And once you have, with that new job, once you've mastered it, I think you're going to be doing a little bit of studying and preparing yourself and then taking on a more senior role. So there's a lot of change happening for you. You will undergo a huge metamorphosis, but that's actually important that you do that. So I just feel that changing of environment, changing of home, changing of continents, changing of job, there's just a huge woo, and then you start settling down and getting into it and start enjoying it. All I can say to you is, yes, it's going to be scary. Trust yourself. Push through it, because at times you're going to say, what have I done? Or this is not better, or whatever. Push through it, and you will find that after about 6 months, you're going to love it.
Suki?
Yeah. Oh, as soon as you said Shelley, I just got this image of a garage that's just ram-packed with boxes, and I'm thinking, okay, and it's like the shutters coming down. So I feel like it's like a storage unit. So it's like you've already packed stuff in there. You've already put stuff in the garage, so you've just got to close that shutter, which is your last leap of faith that you are taking. And like Lynn said, you've got these suitcases, and I'm getting these really lovely banana yellow colored suitcases, which are unusual, but you're sort of like, do you know what, it's like Dorothy on that yellow brick road. I'm going, and you've got this determination that has been like pushing you this year to really make things happen. It's like you've been with this energy, even though at times you've been tired. It's like this nagging person in your head going, come on, get on with it, and it's really been pushing you. This, I feel, is your future self that is like 5 years down the road. When you look back to where you are now, this person has it's almost like the energy has come back to this moment, and they're pushing you into direction that you need to be ready to go to now. Although it's like almost like you're digging your heels in a little bit, but with the shutters coming down, it's like, okay, you're not going to shut up. I might as well do what you're asking me to do. So go with it, and like Lynn said, have faith. Have faith, because I feel like there's this bubbling anxiety and butterflies. It's a good thing, okay? And you have to have balance. 2021 for you is about balance. You can become too much of a workaholic, so you've got to be mindful of your health. You've got to be mindful of your eating habits, and if anything, you've got to put me first. Me spiritually, me physically, me health-wise, me first, and then look at the work aspect. That's really important, okay? Because at the moment you're not quite balanced, okay? And you're frustrated with that. So you've got to get behind the steering wheel and take control, because this journey is going to be absolutely an eye-opener for you and wonderful. 2021, 2022, which will be your foundational groundwork to where you are in the future, okay? And it is about trust. Definitely trust your instinct, even though things out there might be saying to you, no, go that way, go east, and you're feeling, no, but I need to go west. Trust yourself. You might have 10 people saying to you, no, you've got to go that way, but you're feeling, no, I need to go this way. Do what you need to do, even though if it goes against the grain of what's going on around you, okay? So trust yourself.
Thanks, Suki. Okay, I had a question from Melanie, and she wanted to know, what does 2021 hold for her? Suki.
Oh. Okay, Melanie, it's like, do I, don't I, do I, don't I? It's like you're having this seesaw. I'm getting a seesaw. Do I, don't I, do I, don't I? And it's like you're procrastinating too much. 2021 next for you, you've got to be doing things. You've got to be practical. You've got to be making decisions that will take you to the next stage, the next step. It's like, if you decide to get in the car and drive down the road and take you and you get to the fork and you think, well, do I carry on going straight or this way or that way? It's like you've got to be practical. You've got to, even though the other directions might be a little bit more scenic, might be more fun, you've got to be serious about where you want to be. So I think 2021 for you next year is all about you making decisions and standing by those decisions, and trusting yourself that things will work out, okay? Because I'm getting like there's a block. There's like there's a block. It's almost like there's a fear there. What if everything goes belly up like 2020? 2020 has been a unique year for everyone, but what we do with it is our responsibility. Okay, what we do with what's happened around us, to us, with us, is our responsibility to take forward. So take responsibility, make your decisions that are best for you, and start doing things to make them happen. That's important.
Thanks. Lynn?
For me, Melanie, I'm getting that you are pulled in so many directions and you are absolutely exhausted. It's as though you're trying to support a whole lot of people. You're pulled in different directions with family and friends. And it's almost as though you've got all these people sitting on your back and you're trying to walk with all of them. My advice, first and foremost, is to get rid of the load. I'm not saying don't be friends with your friends by any means, but I'm saying that you need to let your friends be accountable for themselves. You can't do it for them. Be a friend, but you can't do everything for everyone. you need to start doing things for yourself, and you need to learn to start saying no. Once you've done that, I think things will start falling into place for you, and you'll be able to focus on yourself, because right now you're focusing on too many people and getting input from so many people, and it's actually very, very confusing. I feel that next year is a year of focus. It's your year. Yes, we've been through a lot. Yes, we've been through struggles, but it's also given you tenacity to hold on and taught you that through all the negative that's happened, you can still survive and you can count on yourself, because you've supported and helped so many people emotionally. So now is the time to do it for yourself. It's almost as though the butterflies coming out of the pupa and learning to fly. And this is your learning to fly period.
Thanks, Lynn. Okay. Right. So Mariki says, high energy work has always been a passion of mine, but it's taken the back burner most of my life. Will I practice this more in the future? And does 2021 hold for me? So we need to be quick with this one, okay, because we're nearly out of time. So
Mariki, I think that you are going to do energy work. It's something you want to do. It's something you toyed with. It's something you need to dust off and remove the cobwebs. I think that once you start doing it, you're going to get stronger. Your connection will also get deeper, and you'll realize that it's really fundamentally part of who you are, and you can't go without it, because it's something that stabilizes you. So even if you work and you do this on a Saturday or a Sunday and do it for friends, it's definitely something that's vital for you, because it gives you energy, gives you confidence, and it also shares the healing. So I definitely feel you'll be doing it, and then maybe studying another modality as well, and then changing the modality to suit yourself and how you do your healing and making it your own. So I'm going to leave that with you. Blessings.
Thanks, Lynn. Okay. And Petra wants to know, may I have some general guidance from where I need a kick in the brooks and do what's needing to be done in my life? So Suki, kick in the pants. What does she need?
Oh, okay. She needs to unhook herself from the baggage that she's pulling behind her. And she knows what that baggage is. She's just afraid of upsetting people around her. I'm not saying the people around her are baggage, but there's a lot of emotional stuff and historical stuff that you're carrying around with you that doesn't belong to you. So post it back to who it belongs to, and that will give you more energy, and which will drive your determination and stop you procrastinating, because that's one of the bubbles that you are stuck in that you're procrastinating, and you get annoyed with yourself for not doing more than you thought you could have done that day. Okay, so stop beating yourself up, stop being so judgmental on yourself, let go of the baggage, and things will start to happen around you, because you're creating them.
For me, I'm picking up very quickly, Petra, that you basically are oiling your own clutch. So your clutch is slipping, so you can't get your A into gear, because you are actually deliberately sabotaging yourself. And there's certain things that you have to do that you don't want to do, so you keep putting them on the back burner. And you need to actually stop doing that now and go forward with work. It's almost as though you want to sit on your laurels and you don't want to do certain things because they're not going to be pleasant, or because you've got to learn a little bit of new things and it's strange or difficult or not known to you, and it's a little bit of an effort. And so I'm saying to you, you need to do that effort, because you need to push through, because on the other side there's a lot more things that are going to come from that as a spin-off. So you know what you have to do, and you need to do it.
Okay, thanks, Lynn. Okay, so our final question will be from SG. So what does the next 12 months hold for me? Health, career, anything significant to help me find my life purpose? That's for SG. Lynn.
I don't know where the Australian connection's coming in, but I just feel there's something to do with Australia, maybe to do with business-wise or not. And it's quite weird, because what I'm seeing is you're not necessarily traveling there, but you might be here working online to Australia, but there's definitely an Australian connection coming through in the business field. So look out for that and embrace that, because it could be quite lucrative for you. I feel that there aren't going to be major, I don't feel that you're moving house, that you're moving continents or things like that. I feel it's just a reset, a time for acknowledging, a time for trusting yourself, a time for acknowledging who you are and trying different things, because with this lockdown, it's highlighted that we were stuck in a rut. And I feel that you were stuck in a rut. And you have to learn or accept to do things a little different. And you have to gain some wisdom, but also I feel that you feel that you're not quite up to par with all the techno. And once you've learned some of that, I feel that you're going to go leaps forward. Just keep on as you are, keep on looking, keep on working on yourself. I feel that you are very fundamental, important to people around you, as in family, friends, partners, and you're going to help them move forward as well. But definitely there's a work connection or something to do with Australia. So blessings.
Thanks, Lynn. Finally, Suki?
With yourself, SG, I feel that June next year is going to be a significant month for you. It's almost like what you get done in June and what comes at you in June, and it's all positive. It's like, it's going to feel like June, you've incorporated 6 months in that 1 month. So there's a build up, almost like starts off with a trot at the beginning of the year, business wise, financial wise, but it's all interlinked, it's like June is going to be a significant month for you. It's almost like everything's just going to come together and explode in the most positive way, and it's really going to, almost like you're going to feel, oh, finally I got there. Okay, and it's almost like you can breathe. But up until then, build up, and you're going to be, it's almost like you're building that house, and then all of a sudden it's ready in June. It's ready, and you've just got to put the final touches in, but it's ready for you to move into, and you finally find your place. Okay, this is not a physical move, but you finally, in here, you find your place.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you, Suki. Thank you, Lynn. Well, I wanted to just thank everybody for joining us today, and I hope that you've enjoyed it, and you've received some messages. And even if you've received messages from other people, I know, Natasha, you felt like a lot of it resonated with you. So it does work that way. Sometimes messages come when they're meant for other people, they resonate with us as well. So if you would like to either have a reading with Lynn or Suki, I must just put I'll put their emails in the chat, and then you can always just contact them if you want. Okay, there we are, paste that one in. So if you can see that, you can have a look at that's Suki's one, and then Lynn's one is the Twin Soul one, and copy and paste that, there we go. So if you want to book a reading with them, you're more than welcome to. The emails are in the box here. So we just want to say thank you very much. If you'd like to continue to stay on the Wellness Lifestyle Conference, our next speaker is going to be Shan Lee, and she's going to be talking about When Ink Can Talk, and she's interviewing 3 amazing South African authors. She was on earlier on as well, chatting with us. So thank you very much for joining us. Hope you have a wonderful.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Everyone.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Priscilla, have a wonderful day, people, and I hope you enjoy watching further. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you.